Hello and welcome, my name is Parky and today we're going to be playing some Plague Inc. Now for those of you who don't know, this game is one where you're trying to take over the world as a pathogen, some kind of bacteria or virus, trying to not infect the world with dance or happiness. No, that'd be far too friendly. We're going to be taking over the world with death and sadness, which sounds a lot more fun. So what we're going to be doing is a short series of this. It's basically working like a lot of other pathogen games where you're trying to take over the world, infect as many people as possible and kill as many before the research stops you in your tracks. So that's what we're going to be doing. So let's just get straight into the main game. There's a few different scenarios that you can play in this. There's like, where is it? There's like official scenarios where you play as historical like diseases that have already happened, trying to recreate that and make it worse. But what we're going to be doing, we're going to be starting out with the main game, which is just like infecting the world in general. So in this game you can play as a bacteria, virus or fungus. To unlock these you have to do some specific stuff. You can also like get worms, parasites, prawns, loads of different things that, frankly, we've not unlocked yet. We can actually unlock the Sumerian flu, which is from the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which I didn't even know that we had, if I'm honest. But we could go for that might be interesting. I think that's a bit of a paid sponsorship platform there, but maybe we'll start out with the bacteria, because bacteria, they're nasty bitches, and we're going to go for this. So there are several genes that you can insert from the get-go, but we don't actually have any of these unlocked because I've not played this game very much outside of this series. But we're going to try and progress slightly more through this and unlock a few of these extra features. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing on normal difficulty, because I'm no scrub, I'm not going to go for casual. We are not a casual infection, we're normal. And we're going to find a name for our infection as well, our plague. So we're going to call it the ParkyGames 5000, because long numbers make it sound more infectious, I think. Okay, so you are a new bacteria. To win you must evolve and spread across the world, wiping out all humans in the ultimate plague. Select a country to begin your plague. When you click on it, you'll see more information. Pop the start bubble to continue, or click on another country instead. So here's our sort of interactive map. You can zoom in and out, which is really nice, and you can zoom right out like this. So these are all the countries that we want to infect, and we have a few options as to where to start. We can start basically anywhere, actually. I say a few options, we have a lot. But what we probably should do is start in a country where they have a lot of connections, so like sea, land, and airports. So maybe we'll go for somewhere like Egypt, because Egypt seems like a good one. It's a hot country, and I think that there's a bonus for bacteria with heat or something for spreading. I'm not sure. Maybe those of you who know this game a lot more than me will know that I'm talking absolute shit. But ParkyGames 5000 has infected the first human. Weak, but used to hot temperatures, there we go. It must evolve using DNA points to infect more people. So this is a good country as well to choose because it has quite a few different land borders, which is always helpful. So if we pop this, we'll start infecting this country. Now there's several things that we can improve in this game. The idea is that over time we'll gain DNA points down here, which you can track. There's also a tracking of how many people are infected in each country, and if you click on the world you can track how many people are infected in the world as well. There's also a death counter, and this here is the research, so how quickly the world is coming up with a cure to your pathogen or whatever you've got. Recent events involving the Danish mafia have promoted the German Chancellor to commission a new investigation into organised crime and antisocial behaviour. I don't know why that's really relevant, but we're going to carry on. Basically, once we get to a certain point, we can start upgrading our pathogen in some way. And you'll see this tree in a minute. There's a lot of these games on the market, especially in the mobile genre. ParkyGames 5000 is spreading from person to person in Egypt and will grow exponentially. You control the plague indirectly by evolving it. Yeah, so you don't have any direct sort of access into where it spreads or anything. It does it by itself, but you can influence where it goes and how it spreads by changing its sort of attributes, I guess you could call them, in the tree. Pop orange DNA bubbles when they randomly appear to get bonus DNA points, which you can use to evolve your disease. So this is what I mean. So we've got 9 now, we might be able to improve something. So this is where we can improve our bacteria. So we've got several different things here. We've got transmission, symptoms and abilities. So transmission is obviously how it's going to spread. We can choose maybe evolve livestock, so it increases infectivity in rural regions and stuff like that. Or waterborne, you know, insect and other things like that. We've also got symptoms. So this is what the disease is actually going to do, such as giving you nausea and also rash. Because rash that is a sign that something is going wrong. And I don't know why this area in particular is a bit highlighted in red, but maybe we're like a bacterial STD or something. Is that even a thing? My knowledge of science and medicine is not very good, so you're going to have to forgive me if I choose really stupid things. And then the final tab is the abilities tree. Now this is basically things that involve, protection against climates, different climates, hot and cold, and also things like, I think this is also climates, this is protection against all climates, bacterial resilience, cold resistance specifically, and heat resistance. We've also got drug resistance, so this is to do with the research speed down here. So basically, as your disease starts infecting the entire world, more and more people are going to know about it, obviously. And eventually you get to the point where your disease starts creating its own symptoms without you having to spend any of your DNA points. Mystery still surrounds the decision to postpone the London Olympics. Organisers promise it will happen soon, but no reason has been given for its change. Maybe a mysterious infection. Although we're actually still only in Egypt right now, so we don't need to worry too much. Now we can speed this up slightly because it is going to take a while for us to infect everything. And one thing that I'm considering, there's a few ways that you can go about this. One thing that you can do is start worrying about transmission first, so spreading it as quickly as possible. The problem with this is if you do that without increasing your resistance to drugs, then research speed is going to be really quick, and you're probably going to be wiped out before you can kill that many people. Alternatively, we could go for resistance first, which will allow us to infect a lot more people with fewer symptoms, because obviously symptoms are what give away that you're actually infected a person. So, with that information, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for drug resistance 1. Now, this is a bit of a strange one to go for first, but one cool thing that I've noticed in this game, which is different from the very similar games on mobile and other platforms like that, is that you can actually see your infection or your bacteria pathogen change actively as you add things onto it, which is really cool. It gives it a bit more of an in-depth look at what you're doing. You've spent DNA points to evolve your disease, and more options have opened up. Get more points by popping DNA in biohazard bubbles and infecting people. So there's this whole idea in this game as well of all these little bubbles popping up. You've got these orange ones which basically give you DNA points. We've also got red ones which are spreading the infection into new countries. To find out more about a country, click on the country, so we know all that. We also have research bubbles. Research bubbles are the blue ones, and basically they deal with how quickly the Earth is coming up with a cure for your disease. So obviously you want to click on those as quickly as possible because that slows down their rate of research. So ParkyMite infects hundreds. ParkyMite 5000 has infected hundreds in Egypt, increasing the chance that an infected person will infect a healthy person. Keep evolving your disease. We will do, game, don't worry. So what we could go for now is maybe, what is this one? It seems a bit boring to go down this route entirely, but it suddenly starts snowballing at the end. Pathogen becomes harder to analyse in a lab, decreases future research speed. I think I'm just going to go with this because in the long term it is going to help us quite nicely. And we could go for livestock as well, increases rural regions and stuff like that, the spread of the disease, spread of the dancing disease. It would be cool if maybe we could create individual symptoms ourselves, such as like dances until runs out of energy and collapses. I think that's a bit of a specific symptom though. Maybe not something that would be replicated in real life. However, there has actually been instances in the world where large groups of people have just randomly started dancing until they die. And you can look that up, I have not just made that up. Okay, let's just carry on, this is getting a bit weird. So what else have we got in here? We've got drug resistance 2, we've also got genetic reshuffle and genetic hardening. Could go for things like that. We might go for bacterial resilience because this is going to help spreading it into all climates, so hot and cold. Seems like a good idea to me right now. We are currently just in a hot country, so maybe we should start looking into heat resistance rather than cold. ParkyMite 5000 has infected thousands in... See, look, 5,000, thousands, it's working. In Egypt. People are being infected faster and faster. So as you can see, we haven't actually infected that many people, we're just under 8,000 right now, but it's slowly going to pick up. Rash symptom mutated. So here we go, this is what I was saying before. You start getting to the point where symptoms just randomly start showing themselves without you increasing or spending points in those areas. So we've mutated to have a rash symptom, which isn't very good because it means that people are going to start becoming a bit more aware of what's going on. Of course, every playthrough is different. If I'd started by infecting Russia... Ah, here we go. Hot countries are getting significantly hotter due to global warming. So maybe we could put some more heat resistance down. That'd help the spread of things. Okay, 8. I don't think that's enough to upgrade anything just yet, so if we speed this up to max. Middle East has been infected. Your disease has taken an important step in becoming a plague. When a new country is infected, pop the red bubble to get bonus DNA. So here we go. Right, so we've now got 10. We can probably upgrade some of these. For heat resistance, we need 14 DNA points, so I think we're going to go for that next. So we've got Saudi Arabia and Egypt now. Oh, and we've just infected Japan by the looks of things, which is a bit of a random one. ParkyMite 5000 infecting more countries. Control where it goes by evolving transmission traits in the diseases menu. Okay, so we've got plenty now. Red infect bubbles appear when you infect a new country. Pop them to get bonus DNA points. We know that game. Thank you very much. So here we go. It's rolling on now. So we can get heat resistance. So if we evolve this, and then maybe we'll go for some transmission next time. Maybe we could go for airborne? Or maybe even waterborne diseases. They're both pretty nasty things. So in the meantime, what I want to say is that if you really enjoy the idea of this series and want to see some more, then I'm definitely going to play some more of this, because there's so many things that you can unlock. ParkyMite 5000 infected more people in the world than TB! Oh my god! Total Biscuit is an infective disease! My god, it's very infectious disease. I'm sure he wouldn't appreciate that. Okay, now ParkyMite 5000 is beginning to spread around the world. Use the world data menu bottom right to see which countries are infected, or not infected even. So here we go, right down in South Africa now. Got 11, so we can probably start evolving something in here. So transmission, we can make it airborne, but I think we're going to make it waterborne. So that sounds more dangerous. We've got like these little blobs all over our DNA here. Little spines. I'm pretty certain if you start evolving it specifically down one track, it starts changing how it looks, which is a very cool feature. But yeah, as I was saying, if you enjoy the idea of this series, please feel free to leave your support in the comment section below. I'd really like to see what you guys think of this as an idea. It's infected more people in the world than HIV is an extremely infectious disease. Oh my god. It's not actually hurting anyone that much. If we have a little look, I think we've currently got... Where's our symptoms? We've got a rash. And that's it. So that's not the worst thing in the world. It's mutated and developed the anemia even, symptom without using DNA points. Okay, so we've got a really massive infection in Egypt right now. We are starting to spread everywhere else. The Olympics will begin soon despite ParkyMite 5000. Will people bring the disease to the UK? Of course they will. And look, it's already in the UK if you have a look. We've already got an infection. People infected with ParkyMite 5000 came to London and spread their disease. It should never have gone ahead. Olympic spoiler. Here we go, we can get our bonuses from these other countries. Zoom out quickly, see what we're doing. One other cool thing is that you can track where it's being spread by transport vessels. So you can see all these red lines here. Oh my god, look at this. It's being spread very quickly around the world. So what I might do is just quickly slow this down so I can cope with things. So as you can see, Egypt has a couple of ports, which means that whatever countries these ports are connected to are likely to get infected as well. We've also got airports that are taking the disease places, which is very good indeed. So let's just quickly start infecting more people. Let's go for transmission, and we're going to go with waterborne 2. So this is chemically treated water. That makes it highly infectious, I believe. Or does it? I don't think it does, actually. I want to go for something that increases the infectivity. You get a little preview here. So let's evolve airborne as well. That'd be pretty good. And go for this one as well. Highly airborne. And we could even go for this. Extreme bioaerosol. Tell you what, I've not even done this before, so let's go with this. And look, we've got a few more here now, so it's highly infectious. The severity is low, which means that people might not be very aware of it yet, but we are starting to infect a large proportion of the world. So one thing that might be good to note is that as it's spreading in this hot countries, we haven't actually evolved into any of the cold regions just yet. It's quite self-contained to the sort of Middle Earth area here. Middle Earth. We're not in Lord of the Rings right now, although I wish we were. We've got even more points now, so what I might do is I might start trying to put some more of this into maybe livestock. Although that's not particularly infectious. Go for insects. Insects are good at spreading disease. Here we go. So what I want to do is I want to infect as many people as possible. The world hasn't really caught up yet and thought that this is a problem, obviously because research is still on 0%. So let's just try and get this down as quickly as we can. So we want to get into number 2 of this because Insect 2 is going to increase our infectivity quite highly. It should be very good indeed. Starting to infect some other countries like Kazakhstan now. Old Borat won't be particularly happy, he'll be sitting in bed crying. But it's cool. So we've got 20 now. Can we infect any more of these? Wildlife susceptibility? Don't think so. Then, once we've got the highest infection, what we're going to do is we're going to start going into the options for what we're going to actually create symptoms for, and we want to make it as deadly as possible. So we're going to go for this infection like that, and maybe we'll wait until bloodborne. That seems like a good idea. Could of course go for birds, because that's going to spread across borders quickly, even if they shut down the borders. Parky might has mutated and developed the coughing symptom without using DNA points. That's okay with me. So let's go a bit quicker. Oh wow, look how quickly this is spreading now. New Guinea is first to instruct doctors to begin research into a cure. Okay, so I think it's time. It is time, everyone, to start trying to increase these. We want to slow down research rates, because this is not going to be helpful if everyone's going to start coming up with ways to get rid of this disease. It was starting to go really well, but this is what always happens in this game. You think it's going brilliantly, but then it just starts dying off really quickly. So what we want to do, I think, is by the looks of things, it's not very good against the cold. So we're going to go cold, evolve that. We're also going to start evolving into cold resistance 2. We've got a load of DNA points, and we can go for maybe more research to develop a cure, or we could go for does not reproduce in lab conditions, which decreases future research speed. So maybe we'll go for the decrease in future research speed, and as you can see, we've now got like long spiny things on us, which is pretty damn cool. So here we go, it's no more resistant to cold now, and you can see it starting to spread into the cold areas like Russia. ParkyGames 5000 is mutated and developed the nausea symptom without using DNA points. And look at this, we've almost got the entire world, so I think it's almost time to start making this so infectious and so horrible that it's going to start killing everyone off. So let's go for livestock, number 2, and maybe start going for some more symptoms. We could go for maybe insomnia. Maybe something... oh, what's this? Slight chance of bursting, which can spread the disease. Cysts. Yes, that sounds incredible. And that was really cheap as well, actually. 3 DNA points. Painful breeding grounds of the pathogen, increasing infection rates. And as you can see, we're making it really infectious right now, which is something that we definitely want to do. Look how infectious this is. It's also going to increase the death rate as well. As soon as people start dying, that's when they start pumping research into this to try and find a cure. Charities are holding a ParkyGames 5000 Awareness Day to raise the profile of this disease and encourage development of a cure. Okay, so we want to start getting as many points as we can. First death from ParkyGames has been confirmed in the UK. Oh my god, my hometown, my home country. Look at this, Russia is dying very quickly. Japan has become the first country to try and limit the spread of ParkyGames 5000 by limiting access even into and out of the country. Time will tell if this will work. My god, this is the best I've ever done, so I think we must be doing something right. What we can do is we can also go for something like... I think these are the worst ones in the middle here. So we could go for something like haemophilia. Sneezing, that'd be good for spreading. And we can also go for maybe sweating. Poor hygiene, dangerous in cold countries. That sounds good, because we wanted to take out the people in the cold countries a bit more. Fight the cure. There are 2 ways to fight development for the cure. Evolve aggressive symptoms to destroy countries, more noticeable, or evolve cure resistance, less noticeable. So what we want to do is basically destroy countries as quickly as possible, I think. Ah, right, so here we go. I've got hypersensitivity now, which means that basically the rich regions become particularly more vulnerable. And that's good because I believe that research is carried out more in the rich regions than the poor regions in this game. I might be wrong, but look, we're infecting the countries up here now. Canada can't escape the wild. They've been fine for ages, but no, not anymore. Research doctors all around the world are completely focused on developing a cure, so that means they're going to be going pretty quickly. Killed more than the Black Death, 75 million people worldwide. We need to increase this a bit more quickly, because even though people are infected, no one's dying. People are dying in Norway faster than new people are being infected. Blimey, that's actually not a good thing, I don't think. Look at this, the cure for ParkyGames is 25% complete. We've infected pretty much the entire world. If you look, 7 billion even. New statistics show that it's killed over 120 million people worldwide, worse than the Spanish flu. But the research is going up very quickly, so unfortunately I don't think we're going to get many more disease points, which is a bit sad. It's mutated and developed the immune suppression symptom without using DNA points, so here we go, this might start killing off people a bit quicker. By the looks of things, it definitely is. Here we go, we need some more points to start expanding this. I think, and look at this, total organ failure. So we've got coma. I think these might be random. Of course we could maybe buy it. How much does it cost? 34. I don't think we're going to be able to get that this time. But I think we've done pretty well. I think we've gone into the right trees. It's going to be a bit of a waiting game now to see how well we're doing. The cure for Parky Might is 50% complete. I think unfortunately no matter how well we're doing and how many people are dying, we aren't going to outrun the disease. Or the research to cure the disease even. Normal life in the USA is beginning to break down due to Parky Might 5000. Cure research is starting to slow. Oh, wonderful, here we go. So if we manage to start killing off the population quickly enough, then we're going to slow down research. New statistics show that Parky Might 5000 is the deadliest plague ever. It has killed over 300 million people worldwide, worse than smallpox. Here we go, we're getting a few more points. Probably not going to get enough points that we need. But look at this, it's starting to kill a lot of people. Research doesn't seem to be slowing down that much. The last healthy person on the planet recently became infected, so we've literally infected everyone, so now we're just killing people. It's mutated and developed the haemophilia symptom, so that should start killing people off a bit quicker. We want to start putting more points into these if we can, although I don't think we can actually afford anything. Fortunately our severity isn't too high, and I think we're going to be outrun by the research, but there's not much we can do about that now. Maybe what I could do is go... I think we did something... I think we did something right here. We managed to infect the entire world. The cure to Parky Might 5000 is almost finished. Evolve drug-resistant abilities to make it harder, but we can't. Unfortunately, we don't have enough DNA points. Maybe next time what we could do is put more DNA points into our symptoms tree, because these also infect people as well. I didn't realise that some of these increase infectivity, so that might be worth doing. But by the looks of things, they're going to find the cure very quickly. Release date to be confirmed. I cure. Damn it, Apple, why are you infecting the world with your corporate business plans? And research. It's 95% complete. It's going to start shortly. Deployment. What we can probably do though is just make it a bit more severe if possible. Try and kill off as many people as we can at the last minute. There we go. Unfortunately, it has reached 100% now, so it's going to be deployed worldwide, which means that you see this little blue is going to increase. Our infection is going to decrease worldwide as well, which is a bit of a pain. We did manage to kill a good chunk of people. I don't know how many. Dead. 1.5 billion people have died because of Parky... What is it called? Parky virus, whatever? I can't even remember. Parky Might 5000 to be eradicated. The world has survived a devastating plague and will soon eradicate Parky Might 5000 forever. Although much of the world is dead, the survivors can rebuild and carry humanity forward. Damn it! Those damn humans, pesky. They're worse than a disease. So there we go, we've been defeated, unfortunately, but we did fairly well. I think we should all be pleased with today's progress. 906 days, so it started... Oh look, we get a little preview of what happened. That's pretty cool. Well, that has been Plague Inc. What I'm going to do next time, I want to play this game a bit more, is we're going to go into the official scenarios, maybe even play another game, but go in a completely different direction with it. I'd like you guys to leave your comments below to tell me where you think I went wrong, maybe where I went right as well, and maybe whether you'd like me to do one of these official scenarios next time, rather than another main game. But if you enjoyed the episode, please feel free to leave ratings, that really helps the series, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, awkward goodbye. Awkward.